Hey, hey.
Hey,
Welcome to the Brian
and Kristen.
podcast. Threw you off a
Oh,
little
that's
bit on that one.
yeah. I had no idea what was happening.
So here we go. There we go. That was there. All right. So I'm Brian, and this
And I'm
is
Kristen.
Kristen, and we're a brother and sister podcast duo. I mean, it's crazy that we get along good enough to do a podcast, but here we are. Here we are on episode 29. We're just flying on by them, and uh, I'm in El Paso, Texas right now. Kristen, looks like you're back home.
Yep.
Yep. And how's everything going for you?
No complaints. Things are pretty good. Yeah,
Things
just working a lot and staying busy. So, yeah,
good.
lots of
Good.
group mediumship readings, which is cool. So that's good.
Make sure to hit her up for that, ladies and gentlemen, for sure.
That's right. I can fly anywhere in the country. I don't think I've done the self-promotion recently, but I can now, since I'm a flight attendant, I can fly anywhere in the country for free. So if you or anybody would like to have a group reading,
There
I
you
can
go.
come to you. So
What a benefit. What a great benefit. And so right now too, we're live on YouTube and X, but Mark Zuckerberg has given me a little ban from Facebook promoting
oh,
live videos. So we appreciate everybody looking, but right now we're on a 90-day ban for a meme that was the truth. That was me just taking a meme of the news. So
wait a minute, I'm not sure that's fair. Now I'm banned from Facebook. Like I
you're
can't be because of your meme.
yes, because of that, neither one of us can go live on Facebook right now.
Got it. Okay, so I get punished for your politics.
Yeah. Well, I have to talk to Joe Biden and Mark Zuckerberg about that.
Okay, got it.
But that's all right because we've been doing some big stuff. Now, did you watch the Super Bowl, Kristen?
I did. Yes.
Okay, so now I didn't see this, but you sent me. I was trying to see it, but you found it. The best part of the Super Bowl. A lot of people think that the Super Bowl was rigged, and whether it was or not, my friend Justin, who's into conspiracy, says there's no way they're going to let the team that Taylor Swift is there to see lose. And at the end of the game, you're going to see Taylor Swift hugging and kissing her boyfriend. And that's exactly what happened. And if there was ever a game that seemed rigged, that one definitely seemed rigged. So, but there was one part of the Super Bowl that wasn't rigged, and it happened in the pregame of the Super Bowl. And I think we need to take a look at this part. That was the best part of the 2024 Super Bowl.
And heat.
There's a new power couple.
Hey, Antonia, how's Pizza Hut? Are we looking at a new item here?
Right there.
Sweet and heat.
There's a new power couple blurring the lines between.
Now, for those of you who couldn't see the new power couple, this was a commercial that I was in for 3 seconds there. So as quickly as that was on, that's how long. We won't play the whole commercial for you, as you know, some people are listening, not viewing. But that was the beginning of the Super Bowl commercial with Tommy DeVito, the quarterback of the New York Giants, and a very famous actress named Antonia something, who I forget her last name right now.
And it kind of cracks me up is because that commercial was maybe a little bit rigged because you could tell that you were trying to get into the right behind the actor so you'd get more screen time. So I don't know, maybe that was kind of rigged.
Yeah, that was rigged. Well, a couple of things. I'm playing a paparazzi, and I'm holding the camera at my chest. Now, I didn't want to hold the camera in front of my face because I want people to see my face. I mean,
That makes sense. Yeah.
so there
I
was.
feel like it looks like you should be on a safari. Like that. Did they put you in that vest? I thought it looked like you're like on a safari.
Yeah, that was a vest they put me in there particularly for the suit. It wasn't because for the shoot, a lot of times you're supposed to bring your own wardrobe, and I did, but when I got there, they put me into what looks like the safari vest, and so I'm not saying that was the world's best acting or anything, but you could see my face, and that's all that matters.
That's all you cared about. So it paid off.
That's the paparazzi. Paparazzi's trying to be in the paparazzi too, and just like a paparazzi, I was right there on him, though. I was not giving him any space because I knew there was only like a little bit of space between me and the camera. So,
Well, Well, good. That was yeah, I didn't see it actually during the Super Bowl. Well, because it was in the pregame, so I actually wasn't even watching that part. But anyway, you can always find everything on YouTube later. So
Yeah, yeah, I missed that part too during the pregame because I started watching kind of right when the game started, and I'm getting more and more nervous because my agent told me, yeah, you're going to be in this commercial. They called you're in it. And I was like, okay, so you made the final cut. Okay, cool. So there I am all game watching, and I had others. I probably wouldn't have watched the full game, had I. Because I was in boycott mood over Taylor Swift and all this other stuff going on. So, but I was like, well, I got to see if if I make it to the final cut, and I watched the whole thing and never saw myself. And then I'm all bummed out, like, oh no, man. And then you sent me this, and oh, good. So that was very exciting. I mean,
it's too bad you didn't see it. I watched the commercial on YouTube and I didn't see in the beginning. I was like, oh, they must have cut him out, or this must not have been the version. It's because I totally missed it. I couldn't see it.
I mean, I come right in at the beginning. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
House Pizza Hut. Are we looking at a new
There we
item
go.
here?
One,
Sweet and heat.
There's a
boom. Okay, by 5 seconds, I'm already out of the commercial.
I couldn't even figure out what was going on in that beginning part, so I just missed it and had to keep watching again.
But I don't care. This is already going in my bio. Pizza Hut Super Bowl commercial.
No, that's good. It's pretty good.
They've been, how do I do this? Okay. There we go.
I mean, if you didn't really know, maybe right here on this shot, like somebody could think that's the side of your face right here.
I think some people thought that because I got a message from somebody on Facebook that said, oh, that's so, you and your girlfriend are so cute together. I'm like, well, they think.
They're like, Mia Moore made it too. All those videos you've made her be in, now she's officially an actress.
Yeah. So now Mia Moore is in a Super Bowl commercial as well, according to
That's hilarious.
People. Yeah. So that was fun. So I'm happy about that. That's actually the second time I've been in a Super Bowl. The other one was TurboTax back when it was the New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. And if the people watch football, at the end of the game, the Seattle Seahawks threw an interception instead of running for a touchdown. That game, I was in a TurboTax commercial, and I didn't find that out till later when I got a phone call from somebody at the Screen Actors Guild. I mean, I knew I was in a commercial. I didn't know that I made the final cut. And the lady said, "Can you tell us something, Brian? I sent you a picture. Is that you?" And I looked at the picture, and I'm all dressed up as it was the Boston Tea Party. I'm throwing stuff off the Boston Tea Party into the ocean, into the water. And I go, "Yeah, that's my big nose." And she said, "Well, you're lucky because that big nose got you in the commercial." And so yeah, so that was
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, sometimes you get in the right spot at the right time, but I went for it on that commercial because remember I flew all the way to Miami. I flew to Miami to do it. And I didn't know if I would, make the final cut or not, but I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. So,
Wait,
yeah.
I just thought of a Super Bowl thing as well. Yeah. So congrats. That's awesome. I thought of a Super Bowl moment that I have too, since we're talking about it. Do you remember when I was in the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yes. It was in Jacksonville, right?
It was in Jacksonville when Paul McCartney was the entertainment. When the halftime shows were like, really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Paul McCartney, yeah,
that was like so cool. Yeah. That was really fun. Like, and the best part was like getting to run out of the tunnel like the players do with all those thousands of people cheering. Like there's no experience like it. Granted, you'd never know I was out there as just one of the people like waving my arms or whatever, but who cares? It was so fun.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you got to go to the Super Bowl. How much is a ticket to the Super Bowl? Right. B, you get to what?
I was gonna say I didn't really get to watch the Super Bowl because they bus us all in, but we had like a police escort like busing us in. It's hilarious how much goes into. I mean, you would imagine a lot goes into it, but like police brought us in.
Yeah, I mean, for that's pretty wild because your audience. Now, how many people do you think there was that got to do that?
I mean, I don't know, maybe like it was like 100 or something.
100.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it might have been more than that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe let's say 100 to 200. I mean, that's like It's pretty cool. And then plus, so you get to do that, see Paul McCartney, because that's ultimately, I mean, who's a better Super Bowl? I mean, who's a better musician than Paul McCartney? I mean, that's definitely better than being at the J-Lo Super Bowl one.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than a lot of them.
I mean,
And you know what was like the coolest thing was just like the way he walked and acted. It was like you really was like, wow, it was like a Beatle. The whole, I mean, it still was just very surreal to just be around him. And he, I got to see him pretty close up. So yeah, it was like
that's
going to a Paul McCartney concert in front of all the people.
at the Super Bowl and then all the people watching. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember, who was in it that year? Do you remember what year that was? Was it the Tampa Bay versus the Raiders, or?
I mean, it was probably in 2005. It's been a long time ago. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I'm
it's
trying
been
to
almost
remember
20 years ago. Holy smokes. I mean, I know everybody thought I was 25, but shoot. Whoops. I almost said it was true. It was when I was in law school. I'm like, God, I've been out of law school for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it flies by. Dang, that's
yeah.
crazy. So when you were running onto the field, it was like, you could imagine probably how pumped up the football players would. I mean, if you were getting pumped up over it, right?
Yeah, I can't even imagine how they could even, I mean, how they can play a game like that with that level of intensity is, I mean, obviously it's really something, but to have the experience of like just going out with it, just running out there was enough. I was like afraid I was going to just fall,
Totally. Now, do you remember how you got picked to do that?
Yeah, it was so crazy. They actually had a poster up in our law school that they were looking for volunteers to do that. Like, I don't know how in the world they were in the poster in law school. I mean, the Super Bowl halftime show. I was like, sign me up. Done.
I can't believe they were looking for volunteers. I mean, I almost feel like the people running it would just know enough people. Like that seems like something that everybody would want to do.
I know. Yeah, I have no idea. So who knows? Right place at the right time.
That's definitely the right place at the right time. That's really awesome. Well, cool. Well, that kind of sums up our Super Bowl's experiences. Hopefully, one day I'd love to be in another one of these. Maybe next year, another Pizza Hut commercial. Maybe if our podcast goes good, help bring us on to do something.
Sure. Like, yeah, those two. Get them in a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah. It's like, well, I get kicked off of Facebook for a while, at least on one of my two pages, but at least I was in a Pizza Hut commercial right before. It's like they found out Pizza Hut commercial. So
yeah. Gosh.
But so go out there, guys, and buy some Pizza Hut and and fly Southwest. So Kristen can stay busy and jump on the mediumship. And so like I said, I'm in El Paso. I want to do a quick plug. I'm in El Paso tonight, and then coming up I'll be in Ohio this month doing shows, and then after that, April 4th in Chicago, and May 10th in Wiley's Comedy Club in Dayton, and May 30th in Austin, Texas at a place called Roscoe's Comedy Club. So there we go. It's my little promo. So, well, perfect, Kristen. It was fun chopping it up with you.
All right.
And I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Bye.